Good morning, people. We got a game. We got a game, bro. We got a game. Big up to each and every single one of you, man. I feel like we just come back off pre-season. I feel like it's the end of July, then the end of August or midway through August, where we've done everything. We've been on tour, we've flown around the world, we've seen fans, we've tested out different formations, and we're back to start the season, bro. It feels great. I didn't think it'd feel like this. Yes, the hate watching is brilliant. Watching from the sides and seeing the failures and the misery of everyone else has been good. But now our team plays a game at Old Trafford. Oh, my days. It feels great. Big up to each and every single one of you, man. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another flipping match day, bro. We're feeling good. We're feeling vibrant. We're feeling strong. Do you get it? We're feeling ready to attack the week. That's what we're doing. Ready to mash up Leeds. Ready to take on the week's challenges. Basically, we feel optimized.
You guys are always talking about football scholars and ball knowledge. Well, now's the time to stop.
Wrong video. Wrong video. Wrong video, man. I was going too well, but I still feel good. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA, and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings, and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover, and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. Two of our own. Owen lost over 100 pounds in 10 months, and KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds, and Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds, and Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work. Yes, man, let's get to work. Don't worry about that. You know what I mean? The William Hill thing from the summer when I was in America. That was something else. That's gone. I was just testing that you lot are awake. I'm testing that you lot are watching what's going on. As per usual, as you know, you can scan the QR code, which is not on the screen right now because Owen's not here. So it's right there. Yeah. See it there? You see it there? Scan the QR code to get up to 70% off your first Oxford Natural order. You can get your Optimum Day right here, sent down the line from Owen. Owen just, yeah, he's thrown it all the way down from his bed because he's sleeping right now because he's been doing AEW. So Owen has sent the Oxford Natural Optimum Day down the line to me. I've just received it. It's going to help you with your sugar cravings, your sugar spikes. You can get that individually, or you can get them combined. Your Optimum Night. Oh, Owen, throw that all the way down. Big up yourself, bro. Get back to sleep. Get back to dreaming about. I don't know any AEW wrestlers, actually. So, yeah, I only know WWE ones and old ones. So, I can't help you with that. But get back to dreaming about them, Owen. Thanks for sending the Optimum Night down the line. That's going to help you with your sleep and help you be in that deep REM sleep as well on your wellness journey. Like I said in the video, man, there's no needles, no gimmicks, man. It is wellness products. They are 100% natural products, no shitty chemicals in there or anything like that. So scan the QR code, like I said, which is right there. And also, if you don't want to do that because, you know, it's going to disappear in a minute, scan it now. If you don't want to do that, use the link in the video description below as well. We've been working with Oxford Natural, as you guys know, for the last couple of years. Got a lot of stuff planned in the future as well. They're great guys doing great stuff as well. And there's a whole load of health natural supplements on their website as well. So do check it out. People, big up to yourselves, man. I'm just in a good mood. You know what I mean? There's a couple of super chats already on the members chat. I say big up Terence Pace. He says Arsenal and Tottenham kept us entertained. There must be something in the water in North London. Unto tonight, and it's been 84 years since our last game. It does feel like that, bro. I'm not going to lie. It does feel like that, Terence. Properly does feel like that. That's why I'm gassed we've got a game. JP says, Flex back to his best Flecknology. Big up. Yeah. That wasn't even just, you know what? That wasn't even a Flecknology. That was just bad choice. Just press the wrong button. Do you know what I mean? Nothing to do with the machine. Normally, Flecknology is where I actually blame the machine. I blame the technology for not loading properly, for not working properly. this, that, and the other. That's just negligence. There you go. Bit of negligence, but it's negligence. That's what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Zuta, he's there. We're back. Get to see United and me, I'm going to say. Yeah, I think we've worked out how this goes, Zuta. You obviously say the little extra bits towards me. I kind of skirt over that, but read out the rest of what you're saying because you're a member of the community and all of that good stuff. So, yeah. Yes, finally back on Insta, says Ballers. I changed my handle again because I don't know what I was thinking with that flexible thing, if I'm deadly honest with you. Get onto my Insta. Make sure you guys are sharing up the thing, man. Flex87_. Nice and easy. I was born in 87 as well, so it's nice and easy. Yeah. Flex87_. Make sure you run it up. Make sure you share it. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And make sure you engage. And yeah, back to the start, mate. I got 1K on there. Got 1K on there from the 85K I had before. But listen, we go again. So yeah. Make sure you guys do that. We have a big chance tonight. We have a big opportunity tonight against Leeds. Do you know what I'm saying? When we talk about the game, of course, Leacher and Shea Lacey are back. I want to talk about that. Yeah. And Kobe Mainoo's contract is close as well. Michael Carrick has had some words to say about that as well. So, listen, when you look at the results and exactly what we thought would happen with Chelsea happened. Probably even worse. They got absolutely moved to in the second half, 3-0, right? Matisse, hold that. I'll speak to him later on in DR. Tune in for that later. But we've got a chance to go 10 points clear. 10 points clear, people, of 6th place, bro. That's a massive step towards where we need to be. And then, like I said before, the next game is Chelsea. But let's just leave the next game. Let's just deal with tonight. Let's deal with the game that is in front of us after not playing for ages. Exactly, Terence. Villa also drew as well. So we've got the chance to restore the 3-point gap we made after beating Villa 3-1. We went 3 points clear of them. Then we drew to Burnley then we drew to Bournemouth just before this international break. And then Villa won. So they put it back down to 1 point. But now they've drawn again. We've got a chance to win tonight and go back to 3 points clear. So listen, I'll be honest with you. We obviously want to finish as high as possible. Okay. It is, for me, I want to get third. You want to finish as high as possible. But the main crux of this, yeah, is Champions League. And we are 10 points clear of the lowest placed team that can get us for Champions League, okay? We're 6 points clear of Liverpool, but that's in 5th. But if we're in 5th, you can get Champions League. Chelsea is 6th, and we are 10 points clear of them. And actually, when you look at the league, Chelsea got way bigger problems to worry about than even looking up, because I tell you what, they're on 48 points. Brentford are on 47 points. Everton are on 47 points. Brighton are on 46 points. Even Sunderland are on 46 points. And they're all played 32 games. And they're only 2/1 point behind Chelsea. So 1 result. Then you start getting to Bournemouth, who are 3 points behind, but the goal difference is worse. So Chelsea could all be 8th, 7th, 9th. Do you know what I mean? Depending on what's going on, because it's getting very tight there. So back to tonight, bro. Do our job. This is an exciting game. This is a game we like playing in. This is against a Leeds United side that haven't scored a Premier League goal in the last 4 games. Last time out, yes, in the quarterfinal of the FA Cup, they got themselves to Wembley via a penalty shootout. But I saw that game 2-0 up, and, managed to get the game to 2-2, conceding goals. They're still not great. They're not good. They've got quite a few injuries. They've definitely got 3 out, I think, in Joe Rodon's stack, and I can't remember who the other one is, Dan James. And I think people like Goodmanson and Okafor and some others, I think Daniel Farker said he's waiting for. So listen, they're a bit depleted. However, like Rid says there, this is Leeds' cup final. The first fixture they think about of their fixture list is Man United. Exactly. So our players have to take it seriously. They are also, I don't care what anyone says, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, they are also battling relegation. Let's have it right. They're 3 points above the relegation zone, bro. And listen, barring a catastrophe, we don't want it to happen. But from a Leeds United perspective, they're looking at this saying they can go, if they beat us, they would go 6 points clear of the relegation zone. 6 points clear of the relegation zone. There's pressure on them. West Ham won their game. Forest got a point. So they've gained. Do you know what I mean? West Ham are 1 point below Leeds. Nottingham Forest are on the same points as Leeds. So obviously those teams will be wanting us to beat Leeds. And Leeds, for their own, what's going on this season, they're only 3 points above the relegation zone, bro. That's a dangerous team to play, even though it's Leeds. Dangerous team. They want to be up for it. They want to try and nick a draw or get something minimum, because they got a chance to go. Like I said, if they can even unthinkably win at Old Trafford today, they can go 6 points clear. Exactly. And that basically condemns Spurs almost to relegation. But listen, we ain't got time for that. We got to do our job. Let's flip it back now. We got the chance to go 10 points clear of Chelsea before playing them. And if the way that Chelsea are playing, I really think it's time to go there and beat them. I'll deal with that after this. But we have to put it into our own hands. We have to stake the claim. We can have it all wrapped up within the next 2 games. I'm telling you guys, I'm sticking to it. At home under the lights, everybody's back fit again. People are excited. The team's been well rested. Michael Carrick's talking about a good vibe in the group. These are the games. You've been off for ages. There's no excuses. Under the lights against our rivals, Leeds. Let's go, man. Let's go and put these lot to the sword. Give us all right, the performances, just give us the win, but go and make a statement, man. Go and show that we're serious. Do you know what I mean? And the good thing is that, like you said, we've got a cushion. Then it's 10 points. If we go to Chelsea and annoyingly we don't beat that dead team and it's a draw, then it is what it is. It's still 10 points with that'll be another 2 games off since then. So with 5 games to go, 10-point swing, we'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? So, and Chelsea are going to continue on this shit run, let's be honest. So, yeah, look, I know we can't guarantee third. That's hard. Liverpool are 6 points behind us. If we drop some points, Liverpool in the league might get it together, even though they're not been great. Aston Villa are up and down. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is. Third, fourth, fifth optically won't look great. You don't want to stumble over the line, but just get there. Just flipping get Champions League football. I don't care where we finish deep down, as long as it's in the top 5, which is looking more and more likely. But there's no reason why we can't consolidate third and keep pushing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Leacher back in the squad tonight, man. Shea Lacey back in the squad tonight as well. He's had his injury problems, young Shea Lacey. But let's start with Leacher, man. Michael Carrick said, actually, Sully Talks said via James from the Muppeteer. So I don't know if Sully sent. I think because I saw James put up a screenshot, and I don't know, because did Sully get his account taken off? Because he said, I think he did. I think that's why. Because Sully Talks put up a. Is it still there? Yeah, this account doesn't exist. Damn, R.I.P. Sully, bro. So Sully has obviously messaged James and said, here's my permission. Go and screenshot this. And shout out James. He screenshotted. Yeah, it is. It's from WhatsApp, so I can see the background. So he put Sandro Martinez and Shea Lacey are expected to return to the match day squad tomorrow against Leeds United, barring any last-minute decisions. I'll see you again soon, Sully, with a little heart emoji and a salute to Sully, man. Yeah, he's living on. He's living on through others. Do you get it? Sully is living on. Shea Lacey. Okay, all right, Slim. I always thought it was she. All right, Shea Lacey. That's fine. No problems. But yeah, Sully is living on. Sully's living on through James and maybe other content creators that he trusts. But Leacher's back. We knew he'd be back. We knew he was back with training with the squad. You do want that confirmation that he's back in the match day squad, ready for the game. Which officially we won't get until, we see the travelling squad or you see the team pull up at Old Trafford. But I think it's a very strong suggestion that he will obviously be in the team. He'll be massive to have him back. Huge. Yeah, exactly, man. He said, oh, F's sake, I completely forgot Maguire suspended. Exactly. Them fraud refs, the fraud PGMOL upheld his decision. And he may as well just take this one game thing, because I think he has, because they charged him and said that he did the wrong thing, and there's no point going against it, because then it'll probably go up to 2 or 3 games, I think, innit? So just take this one game and get back in for the next game, which is Chelsea away. We need him for that. And just deal with this Leeds game at home. So you'd expect Lenny Yoro to continue, but Leacher is the one. He's been out for a while, but there's been so much extra training, so much extra preparation that he's been able to take, so much extra precaution that Man United have been able to take with this calf injury. It's annoying. I think it's been like 5 or 6 games off the top of my head. It might even be more that he's missed. But actually, in a weird way, although it's really pissed me off and us off and frustrated us that we didn't have a game for like 24 days, I think someone said there. It feels like a pre-season coming off the back of a pre-season. It has given somebody like Leach a great chance at getting fit again at a time when Maguire's just had to leave for a game as well. You know, an extra 3 weeks for him to work on his fitness, do a whole bunch of team training, a load of ball work. I don't think we played a game behind closed doors. I'm surprised we didn't, just to give people a run out, you know, because 3 weeks is a long time. We'll see how the boys respond tonight. But yeah, I thought we maybe would have had a behind closed doors game. Maybe we did, but I think that would have got out by now. But it's perfect for Leacher because he was probably ready there or thereabouts just before that Bournemouth game, really. But you go, right, don't risk it. A whole nother 3 weeks, bro. Basically, you know, not far off a month to say, let's make sure you really are ready. Do you know what I mean? Like Wrap Up Heaven says there, facts, bonus recovery time. And that's what it is. So that should put him in good stead. Now, he hasn't played in a while, and he definitely obviously hasn't played 90 minutes in a while. I think Michael Carrick will start him. I really do. I think he'll start him. I think we should, if he's, as long as he's ready to. Sometimes with injuries, and I do it a lot, what we do is we build up this thing of like, oh, how are we going to get them back from injury and this, that, and the other. Well, especially at like centre back, bro. Like you very rarely get to come on for 10, 15 minutes at centre back and ease your way back. You know what I mean? Under the last manager, he was on changing the centre backs every flipping game. But Michael Carrick doesn't do that unless he's going to the back five to see out a game, which we saw against maybe I want to say City. Yeah, we definitely saw it against Arsenal. A few games he's done that to see the game out early on, but we ain't seen it for a while. With centre backs, what tends to happen in normal settings is that they just start playing again, and then if they can't last the 90 minutes, then they come off. You know what I mean? But you start the game. That's why they usually probably take a little bit longer to come back. It's not like a forward where you put them on the bench and they can come on for 15 minutes, try and impact the game, centre midfielder, or maybe even a right back. But, you know, less so with centre backs. You don't really mess with that. You don't really tamper with that. So you wait until they're fit enough to play more minutes than not. You know, and what I mean by that is you're coming back from long injury in terms of Leacher, but he's fit enough to play at least over 45 minutes, because you don't want to be making it. You don't want to say, right, you can only play 40 minutes or take you off in the first half. That doesn't mean anything. You just wait. That's what tends to happen with centre backs. Or they really are on the bench in case something happens. They can come on for 10 minutes if someone gets injured, or 15 minutes, someone can gets injured, but they'll be ready again to start in the next game. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's that with Leacher, personally. Shout out Dr. Andre. You know, I'm a doctor now. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm always with Dr. Andre. My little doctor chats. I've been through these type of injuries with Dr. Andre. We've shown you what these type of injuries are like with Dr. Andre. And I feel like you start him next to Lenny Yoro, which is a big plus, because every time Lisa goes missing, which has been a lot recently, let's face it, every time he comes back, bro, you get this error. I don't know what you guys feel like, but you get this error of freshness where you're like, damn, like I forgot like how much we need what he does. Do you know what I mean? Now I know the jury's out now in terms of the injuries and, you know, where he's at and the reliability. And, you know, I remember talking to KG a few weeks back. He said he's done with him. Need to sell him. You know, you look at what's going on with De Ligt, not reliable. So it doesn't change the situation. But in terms of the quality, especially with Leacher, he does something that none of our other centre backs can do. You know, the closest thing to bringing the ball out from defence is probably Maguire, but not the way Leacher does it. He's so good on the ball. He's so integral. He's so important to starting our attacks, punching the ball into midfield, you know, creating tempo for us on the ball, especially in this new Carrick system, with either balls over the top, balls down the sides in the channels for people running onto it, or balls into Kobe Mainoo on the half turn, or Bruno might drop in there to get it on the half term, or Cunha might come in there. Whoever it is, he is a tempo setter from deep, you know. And you forget that. And every time he comes back, it's like an era of freshness. Do you know what I mean? When he came back for ages after the last knee injury, when we were waiting for ages for him to come back, and he went on that really good streak for the first couple of games of Carrick as well, and even under Ruben, we were like, oh, thank God he's back. And then he gets injured again. So I'm not going to talk about the negatives. Do you know what I mean? Because, you know, touch wood, hopefully that's it now for him, locked into the end of the season. There's 6 games left. Hopefully that this should be it now. He should be in starting every single game from now to the end of the season. But I think he's got to start tonight. Start him tonight alongside Lenny Yoro. and you go from there. Hopefully Leach is ready up for the battle against Calvert-Lewin. He's going to make it difficult. He's physical, you know what I mean? And you go from there. And this is like a bit of a turnaround moment as well, actually, because you got to think, yeah, last time we played Leeds, bro, this was it. That was the end of Amorim. 1-1 away from home. We did have a lot of injuries that day, actually. And although it didn't feel like Amorim was going to get sacked straight after the game, we only knew that was going to happen after the infamous interview or the post-match presser that he did. But realistically, the situation that happened that day with that 1-1 dross, you know, was we did have a lot of injuries that day, I remember. But again, we didn't really threaten, you know, we were in control of the game. Then I think Aronson went on that run when I think Majraoui gave the ball away or something like that. And then Aronson went running through and Aiden Heaven had him covered and just let him run past. It was a bad goal to concede. And then Cunha got us straight back in it afterwards. I remember leaving that game going, you know what, under the circumstances, a draw is not the worst with all the injuries we've got, in spite of the Amorim situation, which it hadn't really blown up yet until the presser. But, you know, this is like a kind of think how much Man United has changed since we last played Leeds, you know, and it's a chance to show them that. They got a draw against us at their place. They're probably over the moon with that. But now, mate, you're coming back to Old Trafford, should be back to normal settings. We've got a proper manager now. We're playing good football, or we're getting really good results. The crowd are up. The confidence of the players is up. Lee should be getting licks. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Shout out Elisa with the super sticker. Big up to you. Appreciate that. Zuto, we've already read that. Zuto says, I'm glad you accept me. Love you, not sus though. We're getting a little bit more normal with Zuto. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. We're going in a good direction. We started off on shaky ground, but I think Zuto's starting to, do you know what I mean? Starting to bring it down a little bit. Yeah. So I just think that, again, back to the game, make sure you lot go and do what you're supposed to do tonight. Do you know what I mean? Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. These Monday night 8 p.m s, they're just a killing of the match going fans, bro. You know what I mean? Man like me ain't getting back till like 2 a.m. And when you got maybe even later, actually, you know, Josh even later, got get back, get the train. It's awful. It is really, really awful. So I can't make it, unfortunately. But I will be on the match with you. I will be on the match with Owen. Do you know what I'm saying? I will be there. And yeah, I don't. Do you know what? I saw James tweet saying that he wants to see Sesko start this game against sort of a depleted side, against a side he hasn't scored a goal in 4 games. You know, start Sesko. I can see why he's saying that, but I'll be honest, I'm just going to stick to the same thing of like, I kind of dropped that a while ago. Listen, whenever Sesko starts, I'll always be happy. He's only got one start under Carrick now against Newcastle away. But I wouldn't mind seeing him start. But I just think Carrick's just not going to change anything, guys. Just think he's going to just keep the Mbumo, Bruno 2 up front, essentially. Keep Hamad wide right. You know what I mean? Cunha, we know, will be on the left. And then when the game gets a bit stretched and we need something different, or we're in a great position because we're winning, you just bring on Sesko. And usually he scores. You know what I mean? Usually he scores. Under Michael Carrick, he's got more goals from the bench than anywhere else under Carrick, you know, for the whole season. You know, I remember his manager, his agent saying he's got half the goals from starts, half the goals from the bench. I mean, the more he stays on the bench and the more goals he's been getting, he's probably going to outdo that. But actually, it don't really matter. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, why am I going to argue with a guy who's got the best record under Carrick for getting goals off the bench? If Carrick wants to keep him there, 6 games left. It's his first season. And he's got a chance to get some more goals, man. Like Lil Yoyo says, he's been managed well. He is being managed well, you know. And Mbumo, hasn't been great up front, really. I think the reason why Carrick goes for him, though, is the pacing behind, is the willingness to run. He plays at a very high intensity all the time. And then you're waiting for him to kick into gear, get chances, score goals, which he hasn't really been doing recently. Whether he's been on the left / the right, up front or the right. So yeah, and then it's like, oh, Ahmad should be playing and Mbumo should be on the bench. And before that, it was Ahmad should be on the bench. And you know, look at the game against Bournemouth, bro. Everyone's saying basically that Ahmad shouldn't even start this game. People were on to Ahmad. I forgot about that. I was angry about that, man. People were doing way too much. Don't get me wrong. Can we expect more from Ahmad? Absolutely. Like, I'm talking about his whole season. I think I would have liked him to have kicked on more numbers-wise, impact-wise, than he has done. Don't get me wrong. I think in the early embers of this season under Amorim, our right-hand side was what was getting us by, really. It was Mbeumo and Ahmad. Let's not forget that. And that's an Ahmad at right wing-back that we didn't even really want to see, but we just forced ourselves. That was forced upon us. We forced ourselves to start going, well, Ahmad's a right wing-back now, and at least he gets to link up with Cunha, with Mbeumo. So that's two, forwards when we've got the ball causing problems. People can't live with that. And we did cause a lot of left-hand sides problems. Do you know what I mean? People didn't really want to see Ahmad and Mbeumo at certain points of the season. Not saying it was out of this world, but it was definitely our main threat. It was the left side where we used to laugh, essentially, innit? Really? Not laugh, but, you think it seems like a long time ago, bro. But don't forget, it weren't long ago that our left side was non-existent, bro. We had Dorgu at left wing back when we weren't sure what he was. Not doing great, was saying about the crosses and this, that, and the other. He lost his confidence. Amorim was basically saying he can't really deliver right now. Then it was like Dallo out there at left wing back, and we were like, Jesus Lord, what's going on? Do you know what I mean? And then in the left 10, it was Cunha. So there was no relationship between Cunha and Dorgu or Cunha and Dallo in that time. It was all about the right-hand side. Then Ruben leaves, and we play with an out-and-out right winger in a 4-4-2, essentially, or on the ball 4-2-3-1 with an actual right winger. And they've taken it in turns, haven't they, between Ahmad and Cunha in the first two games. On the left wing, Cunha wasn't even starting. It was Dorgu's game, and Cunha came off the bench in both games and got a goal and assist. You know what I mean? Assist against City and a goal to win the game against Arsenal. So what I'm saying is, back to the winger situation, which started at Sesko, but I've ended up at the wingers, is that that's just different horses for different courses, bro. It's game by game. You can. I agree. We need more from Ahmad. I think his output and his end product hasn't been there. He's been in good positions to score, good positions to assist, and he's fallen short a little bit. But by and large, though, I still do like the way he plays the game. And not just safety first, but I mean, more often than not, he makes good decisions. He keeps the ball. He can engage fullbacks. He's just got to get his end product right, and his confidence up. I don't think his confidence has been there. And we know that there's more to come from him. Always works hard as well. But I also say the same with Mbeumo. And me and KG were talking about this. The Mbeumo situation, you could argue because he's been going from pillar to post, from up front to the right, up front to right. But I've seen him on the right as well. Not be great running into people. He's lost his way a little bit. But again, it's nothing to be too concerned about. He's just not as in form as he was at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, when he got to like 7-8 goals quite quickly, I was like, he's up for signing the season. He's tailed off a little bit since then. You know what I mean? Like Rapper even says there, I think he's talking about Ahmad. He's lacking GA, but has had good performances, and he offers a threat. Against Bournemouth, I think, he had that chance that he forced to save. He had another chance where he took a touch and the guy got back and blocked it. He had the other chance where he took the baggy touch where he got the ball off Cunha, I think, took a bad touch and the chance was gone. That was the one where everyone was onto him. Then he had the other thing when he had the goal involvement, essentially, where he took a touch, gave the ball on the overlap to Dallo. Dallo dinks it to the back post, and Bruno Fernandes should score. So, I just think people were doing too much. Then he won a penalty that we never ever got. To get it by cutting in. So I just think that when you look at that Bournemouth game, I think my personal opinion is that people were doing way too much. By halftime, people were like, get him off, this, that, and the other. But listen, it happens. It happens. Zuta says, don't mean to make your face cringe, but I just couldn't help but think we signed only 3 players were mid-table. Carrick sacked and Holland takes over. I don't know about Holland taking over, bro, because, he hasn't, well, maybe as caretaker manager, but he hasn't been in the hot seat, has he, Steve Holland, as a number one? I don't believe. I don't think. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, one of the scholars, but I don't remember Steve Holland ever being a number one anywhere. I remember him always being number 2 at Chelsea for many, many years with the best, with people like Jose, Conte, winning trophies. I don't know if he was there when Tuchel was there, but anyway, he won a lot of trophies with Chelsea over a long period, being a number 2, big trophies. And then obviously being with England. as well under Gareth Southgate. And a lot of the talk is that he took most of the sessions. You know what I'm saying? It was Gareth Southgate overseeing things, but Holland was banging there, kind of like what's going on with Michael Carrick now. And you know, all of a sudden we're playing well. England, for all their flaws under Gareth Southgate, got the furthest we ever have in my time watching England. Do you know what I mean? Thomas Tuchel's got to take us further, but you know, you can't argue with that from Gareth Southgate / Steve Holland. That was a good group, and they got to finals and semi-finals. Bottled it, but got there. You know what I mean? 2 finals. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I wanted to talk about Kobbie Mainoo's contract as well. That was good to hear from Michael Carrick. He said, let me bring that up. Michael Carrick asked if Kobbie Mainoo will sign a new contract. He said, obviously, would like to think so. Yeah, and it's getting closer. So you know we're positive with that. We're calm with it, but we're positive with it, and time will tell how it goes. But at the moment, we're in a good place with it. He ain't saying none of that unless it's done. We know. Do you know what I mean? We know. Like, it's gonna be signed. Kobbie's going to sign a new deal, and that's what we want to see, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you can never get too carried away until you see them either holding up the shirt or, I say holding up the shirt, holding up the piece of paper, the famous picture with the pen. Do you know what I'm saying? With the pen that's probably not even clicked in, the fake signing. But sign the thing, and we get it done, and we don't even need to like make a big song and dance about it. You know, obviously he'll get his time when he does sign it, and we'll talk about it. But I'm just pleased that all of that has just calmed down. Again, you think, it's symbolic of the last time we played against Leeds. How far away was Kobbie from signing a new deal when we played against Leeds? Do you know what I mean? When was that game? And I know Kobbie Mainoo didn't start in it. I know he wouldn't have started in it. When was let's go 1-1. There it is. When was that? The 4th of Jan. The 4th of January. I know we have 13 shots and only 2 on target in that game. They had 9 and 3. What was the lineups? Casemiro and Ugarte. Look at that. Yoro, Heaven, Martinez, Lamans in goal, obviously. Dallo, right wing back. Says that Luke Shaw played left wing back in that game. Didn't remember that happening. Casemiro and Ugarte. Look at Kobbie. Oh, no. Was Kobbie injured then? Oh, no. Do you know what? Kobbie was injured then, actually. I'll take that back. Kobbie was injured then because he wasn't playing for ages, and then he did actually get injured, didn't he? But he was miles away from signing a new deal. This was the time when it was in the January transfer window. Man wanted to go Napoli. Man wanted to go flipping, you know, Chelsea was sniffing around. Mad talks. Do you know what I'm saying? Mad talks. Look at our bench that day as well, by the way. I remember that's why we said that, you know, that was a decent draw, because we had no bench. The only senior player, Terrell Malacia don't count. The only senior player on there was Joshua Zirkzee, who come off the bench, you know, and he did all right, actually, when he came off the bench. Binder, Malacia, Tyler Fredrickson, the Fletcher twins, Shea Lacey, Montato, and Kokonki. That was all kids, all youths on the bench. So, you know, Dorgu played right 10 in that game. Jesus. So, yeah, man. Wasn't it a back 4? Was it a back 4? Don't know. I can't remember, man. I can't remember. I just looked on Google anyway. That's what it said it was. Back to Kobbie. Yeah, he was injured. He couldn't have been further away from signing a new deal then. And now, you know, that was the last game under Amram. We're about to face Leeds again. And again, look how much things have changed. Look how much things have changed under the tutorship of Michael Carrick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Kobbie Mainoo is about to sign a new deal when we came within a whisker of losing him. Do you know what I mean? A whisker. So, look, long may it continue that Kobbie keeps playing, which he obviously will under Michael Carrick. If Carrick gets the job, which I just still can't see how he doesn't now. In my head, Michael Carrick will be the manager next year. I think, you know, a lot of people said it's just there's not really much talk of them talking to anyone else. Yes, in the background, due diligence is being done. And I saw Ben Jacobs saying that they want to avoid the sort of disrespect and the loud noises around, oh, they've had a meeting with this guy, an interview with this guy. But I don't know, Man United's so big and things always get out that I think we would know by now about sort of serious meetings. Yes, loose phone calls of understanding situations. The typical Fab line. They want to understand the situations. Conversations have been had to understand the situation further. Monitoring FC, all of that. Obviously, there will be conversations like that. But in terms of come and interview for this job, I'm not in the know, but it doesn't feel like that's what's been going on. It certainly doesn't feel like that. So, yeah, I think he'll get the job, and as long as he's the manager, he'll play every game for Michael Carrick. Well, actually, I say that. Obviously, Carrick believes in him and has had high praise, but if, depending on the midfielders we sign next year, it'll be very interesting to see where Cobby is and where he fits in. I want to ask you like this, actually. Should we be building the team around Cobby Mainoo? Like people say, I've seen a lot of people say this, like, obviously Cobby's generational. We should be building the midfield around him. And like, whoever we get has to partner Cobby. And he's like the automatic starter and this, that, and the other. Where do you guys sit on like where Cobby's at? I want to just get a feel for it. No says 4 and 7G. Mainly still hadn't been as good as his first year. Yeah, I see that. He's had a lot of injuries in now. Mar2 says, must have been a few. Must have been a few back 4 games under Amram. I've seen sure. You guys talking about that. All Elite says Cobby not ready to have the team built around him. Yo-Yo says we should build a team to win, whether it's Cobby or not. I'm not fussed. Wrap Up says that Cobby needs to hold bench sometimes, and he's not generational. Pogba was. Yeah, okay. Gene says, I love Cobby and build a great midfield. We don't need to build a team around any single player. Just buy top players. I'm with you, Rid. I'm with you. Manish says, no, don't build around one player. Build a good team overall. I like what we're talking about here, guys. Tabrez, big up to you, bro. Let him develop. Issue with building around Cobby is that we only be building in him hopes of meeting his potential. Rotation, his passing range is meaty, says Mainoo. Amram really took 1 year of development from him. Yeah, we forget that. I think we forget. That's a really good point, Galaxy. And obviously, we all kind of know it, but in a statement, in a nutshell, it's true. We're dealing with a player who came in, had a good 18, and not a good 18 months, a ridiculous 18 months. It probably wasn't even 18 months, Do you know what? When we break down the Cobby timeline, it wasn't that. Let's break this down. Because it's not until you put it into perspective, you realize that Cobby is not the seasoned pro that some of his earlier work would suggest, which shows you that he still needs time and we shouldn't be building anything around him. Like I agree with what you lot are saying. Just buy good players. Yeah, he did. That's why he did say that, innit? No, but Carrick said in his interview with Rio, he did say that. I remember him saying that. But now he's actually in the hot seat. It's different. You've got to build a team. His year 1 for Cobby looked like this. And someone correct me if I'm wrong, because I go to a lot of games and you know what it's like. You forget stuff. Pre-season tour was supposed to be the breakthrough season. He got injured against Real Madrid and hurt his ankle, didn't he? Because he played against Arsenal, against Rice in the preseason. I was like, he was mashing up Rice. Look how good Cobby was. Then it was like, we're going to see him against Real Madrid. Ankle gone. Then he was out from then up until I think it was October, November, where he made his debut against Everton. Back-to-back against Everton and Newcastle, wasn't it? And then he was in the team from then all the way up to the summer of that season, where we then went on to win the FA Cup. Am I right or wrong? And he scored in the final. That was in the breakthrough season. So that was only from October, November up until May. So let's say October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 months. So he played 7 months and we went, this kid's amazing. Up to the FA Cup final, scored the goal that won us the game. All right. Then he goes into England and is supposed to be in the under 21s. And then Gareth Southgate goes flipping it, bring him into the seniors. Then he makes the plane to the Euros. Okay. Then England were trying to find the right remedy in midfield by putting Conor Gallagher next to Rice. This was before Elliot Anderson was a thing. They tried Henderson, I think. They tried Conor Gallagher, they tried Trent, and then they went, Kobe's right there. Then Kobe played from like maybe the quarters or around 16, something like that. From then all the way up to the final and was unbelievable. Then that was the last time he played for England up until he just got back in it the other day. So then that season finishes. Kobe comes to LA. That's where we see Kobe in LA. And we did that video with him on the beach in LA, which was amazing. Met him, was with his guys. It was great. Then the new season starts because Eric was going to get sacked. And he gets injured. Doesn't he get, when did he get injured in the new season? When did he get injured? Because he got injured quite early. And then Eric got sacked. Eric got sacked, didn't he? Then from when Eric got sacked, we had, who did we have? Oh, Ruud van Nistelrooy for a few games. And then Ruben came in. Oh, no, that was it. Ruben came in and played Kobe a little bit, a couple of games here and there in his first season, but wasn't sure where to start playing him, like in the 8 or the 10, sorry, in the 6 or the 10, whatever you want to call it. And then we had those games in the Europa League where Kobe was playing a bit further forward, then against Leicester, he was playing against further forward, and then we didn't see him, and then he became a bit part player. Then he got injured, and then it was he's competing with Bruno. So cut a long story short, bro. Cut a long story short. I've gone around the houses with this. Bear with me. Cut a long story short, bro. We've only seen Kobe Mainoo for 7 months, bro. 7 months. 7 months. He's been in and around the first team now for a couple of years, but he's still not had a whole season, bro. Kobe hasn't even played a whole season. Like, uninterrupted. He hasn't. So he's been a bit part player ever since he's got going. I just think the generational run that he went on in those first 7 months, which was a joke, by the way, it was so stratospheric. It was such a steep trajectory of positivity. It was like he got propelled onto something that was probably too early. Then he, for reasons of not his own, taken out the team, manager changes, he gets injured, new manager doesn't rate him, then he wants to leave. And back to the original comment, what someone said, he's had a year taken off of him by the last manager and injury. So back to the original thing of should we be building the team around him? I get it with Carrick. He did infamously say it in that situation with Rio. We can't afford to be building the team around anyone. You sign him up and he's an important cog. He's an important cog in our machine. He's a very talented, very, very talented young kid. Very talented. One that you have to keep and develop and nurture and play in a lot of games. But you have to add to that. There has to be competition. There has to be players in the midfield that are better than Kobe. No problem with that. There has to be players that Kobe wants to aspire to be like, or Kobe wants to strive to reach their level. There has to be players that look at Kobe and say, I want to get to that level. They all have to feed off each other. There shouldn't be this level of dominance from any one player unless they really are that good. That's different. You know what I'm saying? Like how Bruno is. So, yeah, for me, I'm excited that Kobe's going to sign his new deal, but I don't see it how some people are framing this of like the future of our midfield is secured because Kobe is the generational talent and we have to build the team around him. No, he is a very, very, very good player, Kobe. Generational is a big word. I don't buy into that word. I think it's almost a word. I've learned my mistakes. I don't even like throwing that around. I think to be called generational, you have to be doing things like what Lamine Yamal's been doing at 16, 17, now 18. You know, you have to look at that. You can generational. I mean, it's a word more. I mean, Max Dowman, even calling him generational, is still too early. But if you're doing that at 15, there's a lot there. There's a lot there. You know, Kobe wasn't doing that at 15. Wayne Rooney wasn't doing that at 15. Do you know what I mean? You have to wait and see. Like people are saying that. I agree. You look at JJ Gabriel. He's doing great things. We don't know how he's going to be once he touches the first team. We still don't know. The fact he can train with the first team at 15 means the kid's special. Means he has something 99.999 recurrent percent of teenagers do not have at 15, even to train with the first team. He will be on tour, you know, in the preseason coming up. He will get games, but we don't know how he's going to take to the pressure of being a first teamer, to playing at the top level. So we will see. We will see. But, you know, yeah, Rooney was generational. What Rooney was doing at 16 to men, you know, lobbing seamen and that, that's generational. And then obviously he went on to have a generational career, one of the best to ever do it. So I think we have to be careful with that word. So I wouldn't call Kobe generational, but he's excellent and he's very, very good. And he has a bright future, one that we should definitely keep in our ranks and nurture and build upon. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. So I'm glad he's signing a new deal. And we're gonna get there with him. Guys, big up yourselves, man. Been a great show. Lock in tonight. I want to see you all there, man. I want to see you all in the chat. I want to see you all watching. I want to see you all getting involved. And seeing us hopefully go 10 points clear. 10 points clear of these guys, you know, because Chelsea, I'm honestly, let's get this game done tonight. Let's get this game done tonight. Big up all the Arsenal fans watching. Big up all the Chelsea fans. Big up all the Tottenham fans. You lot are in the mud. I'm going to have a great time on DR this morning. Make sure you guys tune in at 12:30. Like I said at the start of the video, remember my new Instagram page, flex87_. Make sure you go follow it up right now. Do it now. There's over 600 of you. Yeah. Please. I would say I'm expecting to see 600 new followers right now. But obviously I can't because a lot of you will be following me already. But if you haven't, I'm even scrolling on it right now to see who does it. I'm on my Instagram now to see who follows right this second. And I'll follow you back. There you go. Let's do that. Let me see. Let me scroll. Someone follow it now. Let me just see. And let me know if you have. Let me click not yet on that. Let me see. Let's get this going. Look at that. I'm back to square one, mate. Building. Who's following? I'm going to keep. Oh, but then if there's too many people following, my God. Oh, 5 seconds ago. Javid, was that you? Javid, I'm going to follow you back. Giftwa, I'm going to follow you back. There you go. Boom, boom. Follow you, man, back. As Turkish would say, love for the love. Big Mike, I see you. Jay Grung, I see you. Don Hep, I see you. Who else am I seeing here? Who else? Run it up, people. Rid in it, I see you. Alex, I see you 4 seconds ago. You lot are dope. Shahin, not Shaneen, I see you 8 seconds ago. Ankit, I see you 9 seconds ago. Big Mike, I said that one already. Who else is there? Rem21, I see you. ONO Quams, I see you, brother. Follow back. Kristen, I see you, brother. Asail, I see you. Follow back. I'm just doing it random. I'm going to follow some people back, man. Show some love. Who's that? I've been following. Black Burger is that. Big up to you. 30 seconds ago. Yeah, man. JS Corner, I see you. Big up to you guys, man. DTF Football. Andre London. Yeah, man. Run it up. Big up to you lot. Let me follow back Andre London. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, if look, follow back. Requested. CJ Official. Follow back. Big up, man. Yeah. People, thanks for showing love. Flexi, loads of people. Yeah, in fact, big up to everyone who's been following. If you haven't followed, please go on there and follow. I'm going to start almost every show with that as well. And I'll do it today on the match view as well at halftime or something like that. I'm going to get that account back up to where we were again with the community on there. Big up to each and every single one of you guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you at the game. Well, here at the game. Big up. Bless.